Welcome. You want to know how to get US American Netflix in Switzerland? Then you found the right video. I'm going to show you how to get much more movies and much more TV shows in Switzerland by accessing the USA Netflix. First, I'm going to show you the quick solution, and then I'm going to explain why and how exactly this works. So if we try to access netflix.com, we are automatically redirected to the Swiss page if we are in Switzerland, and here at the moment the language is set to English. If you just want to change the language, by the way, you can do that here at the bottom, so you can choose between German, French and English, but I'm leaving this in English at the moment because I'm speaking English here, so I'm leaving the English version. And you will also see later on that all the TV shows and movies here will change as we access the US Netflix. And if I check my IP, you don't have to do that. I'm just showing you. There are many websites doing this. So if you search for show my IP or show my internet address location, you can find your IP address and through this where you are. So at the moment here I'm in Zurich, and this is why Netflix shows me the Swiss website, because they recognize that I'm in Zurich based on my internet access location. But there are some tools to change this. Below the video you find a list with service providers that let you access the internet anywhere in the world. And those are paid services. I'm talking briefly about free services later on, but you can click on show more to see the full list, or click on the title if you're watching on a mobile phone, or there will be an icon below the video on the right. But you can click here to find out more, and then yes, go to site, and here you find more information, and here you can see then you can choose locations all over the world. And here under products they have all the apps and software and instructions explaining how to set it up on your device. So no matter if you want to use it on your phone, on your Apple TV, on your smart TV, on your game console, on your Fire Stick, it doesn't matter, you can use this service anywhere. And that's what I already did. Here I have my ExpressVPN software, and at the moment I'm connected to Switzerland because actually it's a security service. So by using ExpressVPN, my internet is completely encrypted in all directions, so no one can see what I'm doing. So even my internet service provider cannot see what I'm doing. And if I click here, then I get a list with recommended locations. And if I click here on all locations, then actually I can choose any region of the world. And since we want to watch the US American Netflix, I'm going here, and I could click here on the United States, and many people do this. And now it asks me if I want to change my location, but I don't want to choose this location. I want to show you a trick. Click here on the arrow, and then you have a long list of access locations in the United States, because if you only click on the United States, you automatically just choose the first one here. And guess what? Since most people do this one location might be overwhelmed with a lot of traffic, so it's much better to choose a different one. I'm going to choose Tampa right now. And now, yes, I continue. And now it's reconnecting me. So now it's connecting me to the server location in Tampa of ExpressVPN, and from there they allow me to access the internet. So now I'm in the US. You cannot see this? Well, let's go to this website, reload. And as you can see, now my IP changed, my location changed, and now suddenly I'm in Miami. This is how fast it goes. There's no plane going faster than this. So if we go back here to Netflix, so one thing I want to tell you, first of all, maybe you want to sign out if you're already signed in, so completely sign out, and it would be better to clear your browsing history so Netflix doesn't get suspicious. But I'm leaving this country filter and the language filter here in the address bar because Netflix automatically notices based on the IP where I am, and they will redirect me anyway, no matter what is here in the address bar. So, are you ready? And please notice also the background will change. So, I'm reloading. So, do you notice a difference? So, the background changed. There are different TV shows, different movies advertised in the US Netflix version. And also here in the address bar, now there is just the netflix.com, which is the US Netflix website. There is no country filter anymore. So now I can access the full US American Netflix media library. And I'm going to sign in now. And as you can see now here, I can access the US media library, Netflix, and here all the US TV shows. I'm not exactly sure which TV shows are not available in Switzerland and which are in the US, but there are much more TV shows available in the US Netflix and also much more movies in the US Netflix compared to the Swiss Netflix version. So you can see it's working, and here my ExpressVPN is on and working, because sometimes people say it's not working anymore, but I think they just make the mistake and they just choose the first best location, and then maybe there's a problem sometimes and then they give up. But you should try several locations, and if one location is not working, just try another one, and if several are not working, then contact the support team. And if the support team cannot help you, hey, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can get your money back if it's not working for you. But as you can see, it's working quite great, for me at least. Why should you use the US Netflix version? Well, there are 2.5 times more movies and 3 times more TV shows in the US Netflix version compared to the Swiss Netflix version. But of course, although the US has the biggest media library on Netflix, there are TV shows and movies not available in the US, so it makes sense to access different media libraries because some TV shows and some movies are only available in certain countries, so it makes sense to use several Netflix country versions. Why is this? Well, because media CEOs still buy and sell rights by country. So every country has a different media library on Netflix because they have to negotiate TV show and movie rights for every country. That's why they try to produce so many TV shows and movies by themselves, so they don't have this problem. And by the way, this solution works no matter where you got your Netflix account. So if you have an US American Netflix account and you are in Switzerland, without this solution, you will only be able to watch the Swiss Netflix version. If you have a Swiss Netflix account, you can use this solution to watch US Netflix, because if you would go to the US, then Netflix would have to show you the American Netflix version. And by the way, it does not matter where you got your Netflix account, you can watch any country Netflix with this solution. And as I mentioned before, this works for all devices, all systems, and so on. As you could see, websites see quite a lot about you, especially the location, but also many other things. And based on this, Netflix knows where you are. If you're unprotected on the internet, websites can see quite a lot about you, not just your location, but also many other things. But the location is what Netflix uses in order to block you or to redirect you to the specific country versions. So basically, you need a global internet service provider, but at the same time, it's also a security service. But actually, it's mostly a privacy and security service to really browse anonymously on the internet. And you can read up on it here on the website, by the way. And the good thing is they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I mean, you could try just 1 month and it will end automatically. But the cheapest option is to get a 12-month package, and then you can basically try it for 30 days. And if it doesn't work for you, you still can get your money back. I have a separate video explaining exactly how a VPN works. I can tell you all big companies use virtual private networks to keep their company data private and secure. But also for many private persons, it makes sense to fully encrypt your internet to prevent people from spying on you. But most people use VPNs to access different country internet versions and to unblock geo-blocked content. You might know Netflix is not the only streaming service in the US that is blocking foreign internet servers, but there are many TV channels and streaming services which also use geo-blocking. But of course, since there is an encryption process and VPNs reroute you through different servers, if you have a cheap VPN or bad VPN, then it can slow down your internet noticeably. But if you have a good VPN, such as ExpressVPN, you should not notice much of a difference because they have super fast servers. And of course, if you're suddenly anonymous on the internet and access the internet in a different location, you will get critical security alerts from Google and other services if you suddenly try to log in from the other side of the planet. That's a security feature. So you should not be afraid, but you should keep in mind that yes, you just entered the internet from a completely different location in a different country and you are anonymous, so Google doesn't see any system information about you. That's why they give you this alerts, so you should not be afraid. And you can say, okay, yes, this was me because I used the VPN. I'm very sorry, but I do not know any free VPNs which are still working with Netflix. Netflix tried to prevent the use of free VPNs because it was just too easy to change the country. But premium VPN providers are still working with Netflix and other streaming services. But free VPNs are also very dangerous. But I'm aware that you might not trust me. So please just Google it yourself. Google for free VPN dangers, and the same goes for the Tor browser for using the darknet. Before trying any of this, please research Tor browser dangers or free VPN dangers before you try any of this, because it can be very dangerous to use this kind of software. Remember, it's supposed to be a security service. You should know from your own experience, for your local internet access provider, you have to pay something. And the higher the speed, the more it costs. And the same goes for mobile internet. There's no free mobile internet because it costs something for those companies to provide this kind of service. And the same goes for VPN providers. They have internet access locations in almost 100 countries, in 160 locations, and they have to pay for these access points, which they allow you to use. So this is why you have to pay something. That's why you should be very suspicious if anyone tells you that there is a free service. And of course also the software and all the apps have to be developed and have to be kept up to date non-stop. So this is also a lot of time and effort those companies have to put in to keep this service running smoothly. But the good thing is you can use up to 5 connections at the same time. So either you can watch 5 different things on Netflix at the same time, or you can share it with friends and family and maybe share the costs for the premium VPN. As I mentioned before, below the video I have a list with good VPN providers. You can click on show more to see the full list, or click on the title or the icon if you're watching on a mobile phone. But my favorite is ExpressVPN. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, please write a comment. I hope now you know how to watch US American Netflix in Switzerland. I showed you how easy it is to just change your country location with a few clicks to anywhere in the world and watch US American Netflix, or actually any other Netflix version you want. Well, have fun watching.